progress. It's 17:30, so we will
8:30.
call the meeting to order. We need to motion that. I don't do that. All right, call the meeting to order. As you know, Greg's not here. He's in hoping he has a great performance. I'm sure he does. He's doing a musical performance, so he's not here. So you're stuck with me. Like a fiddle. No, do not. I promise I won't be an Aaron Burr. Good. Well, who knows their history? All right. Yeah. Okay. Any comments on last month's minutes? If not, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Make a motion that the minutes from last month be approved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second? And a second. Thank you very much. All right. Okay. Do we have any guests for public comment? Okay, we do. Kind of sort of.
Okay, yes. So what is it? I would like to take this moment to introduce you all to our new online services coordinator, Hillary Brodowski. If you'll stand up and just, Hillary joined us. She is all of 2.5 weeks old.
Not quite.
Not quite, yes. I'm aging her. What is it? She comes from LA area. And what is it? She's a quick study. And we are so happy that she's here. Hillary, if you'd like to say something or share anything with the board, you're welcome to.
Well, I'm very excited to be here. I recently moved from Nashville, is where I've been at for the last year. And so I moved here to be closer to my family, who's been here for about 5 years now. So I'm very familiar with this library. I love coming here, so I'm excited to work here and be a part of it all. So
her office is located on the admin hallway between Zoe and mine. And so if you ever want to swing by and say hello, or you have anything that has to do with our digital footprint, in a few months, she will be our expert. So thank you.
And if you've lived in Nashville and LA, you know places that have worse traffic than we do.
Oh yes.
Very good. Know all about being on the fly.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Very good. Welcome. Thank you. Okay. Well, again, as I said, Greg's not here. Hopefully he's doing well. We do have, so we'll move on to my report. All right. Don't have much, but we do have stuff going on, as you've seen by the plethora of placards out on the entranceway. Voting is going on. And so I think doesn't it get these days correct, the 20 through the 24th? The 30. So the key entrance to these rooms have been changed, correct? And so Chelsea and Ajane are going to be staying late to cover that voting period, to make sure no one ransacks the library and keeps everything safe and secure.
I had it nestled.
But then I will, if you've not voted, please do vote. Much blood has been shed for your right to vote, and it's not just a right, but also a responsibility, civic responsibility. So take advantage of our great nation and participate, because all politics are local. That was my paid political. Very good. Okay, the next thing that we have, as far as isn't a report per se, but it's an action item that we'll go ahead and address now, and that's our highly esteemed director's annual evaluation. The time flies while we're having fun. Seems like it was no time ago we did the interim evaluation, but it's been a year.
A year has gone by.
So thank you very much, Dustin, for your great, and I mean that with all seriousness, for your great service. Thank you, tremendous. But for us, it's time to do the appraisal. So I already approached Dawn, and she graciously agreed, conditionally, upon tenure of service. So she will again lead the appraisal process, collecting them in and tabulating and whatnot. But I would like to have a volunteer to shadow and assist. So then that's to prepare someone to do it subsequent years. So we have a person waiting the wings. Is anybody willing to volunteer at this particular time to shadow and assist that endeavor?
We will not have to do it until May of 2027.
That's true.
Or April.
You'll have a year.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay,
I'll do it.
all right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just like to have a continuity of operations, so it's the thing I have, so while I'm sitting, I can set that up. There we go. All right, very good. So that's set up. We do have a timeline, is that correct, Summer?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
So this year, let me just bring my little thing. So each director, it seems like we've done it a little bit differently. And so the staff themselves, and y'all filled this out for Dustin's 6-month evaluation, the physical form. I have, with our new transition from Google to Microsoft, I used Microsoft Forms, and I have basically recreated this exact document or evaluation tool, but as a digital online document. So Don and Sean may not have to do as much work because it will collect the data and dump it into a spreadsheet. Yes, so this will be sent out electronically, and I tried to print off what it will look like, but it doesn't look the same as what it actually does online, but it's basically the exact same thing that y'all filled out. So this will be sent to the trustees as well as staff. So y'all will get the same exact evaluation document. It's anonymous. There's going to be a option right at the very beginning that asks if you're a trustee or if you're a staff member. And so that's the only amount of information, personal details that we will get. The staff, I will send that out to everybody, hopefully by tomorrow if you all approve of the process. But sometime this week, approved, and then everyone will have 3 weeks to complete it. And so that way you have quite a bit of time to really formulate your responses, and so it will be due by May 13th, which will be on the actual online evaluation as well. It'll reiterate that. Then I, along possibly with Dawn and Sean, will kind of assess the information and the data that's been dumped into the spreadsheet, and then we'll be able to share that information at either the May or the June meeting. I'm not sure if we'll have enough time by the May meeting, but that's the time.
So is any questions on the process or timeline? Any discussion? If not, can I have a motion to approve both the timeline and the process, as well as our esteemed colleagues here who will honcho the process?
I proved to say it again.
Need a motion.
That's what he said.
Need a motion
Okay, I need, let's see, I move to approve the timeline
and the process.
and the process.
Okay.
How's
I
that?
second.
And the second. All right, very good. There we go. All right, I believe that's all I had. Is that it? Something. I suppose I. All right, very good. So Dustin, want to do your director's report?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Guys, we need to vote on the motion. We need to.
Oh, yeah,
We
I
need to
forgot.
vote
I
on-
went to your question.
And the minutes also, go back and approve the minutes
I
and.
thought we did that
We
already.
did the minutes.
Did the minutes because I
Yeah.
I made a motion for it,
But
so
we
we
did-
second it.
And I seconded that.
But
You know, did we not vote?
Oh, we did.
No.
Okay, my bad. I'm that's my own brain. All right, so we'll now vote on the approval of the minutes. Anybody, aye?
Aye.
Any nays? All right, it's unanimous. And now we will vote on the process as well as the timeline for the appraisal. Aye?
Aye.
Any nays? Okay, so passed. Very good. Thank y'all very much. Now, Dustin.
Well, and kind of piggybacking off that, I just literally want to say thank you all again. it's been an honor, really. I've really enjoyed this job and getting to know the staff, getting to know each of you. I've literally gotten to know all of you just about the same amount of time. I think the only exception is Kyle and Kathleen, who literally only came a month after, maybe. So maybe 2 months after. So yeah, thank you all for your just choosing me and giving me the opportunity with this. I've really enjoyed working with every one of them. And, outside of the jokes, the bad dad jokes, I would say hopefully they've not hated me too much.
We'll see how
Yeah.
those evaluations go. We'll see how many comments we get on that.
So we developed something a little new that we attempted to try out for Maryville and the city of Alcoa. And we created essentially an infographics sheet. And I really got to hand it to our PR team. They did an amazing job with the look of this, with the feel of this, and the stats were mind-boggling. So to report to all of you, we had Maryville come in do one of their in-house city workshops here in this room. And afterwards, I gave a little presentation, and we, Anjanae and I did a tour of the building. I also, on the 14th, had the privilege of doing Alcoa as well. And we presented these infographics. The numbers were staggering, to be honest with you. We actually had Atrium, which is our system that gathers these stats. It's our checkout, check-in circulation system. Provide the numbers back to us so we know that it's correct. Anjanae did a significant amount of work on this, so I'd like to turn it over to her really quick to give you a little bit of an update of some of the stats you're looking at.
So we love the idea and the opportunity to really show the community with data how much value in an economic sense we give to our community. And the first one was basically, so you'll notice that there's one that's Maryville by the numbers, and then there's one that's Alcoa by the numbers. And what we did is we were able to isolate all the transactions, the checkouts, if you will, of our physical collection only. So not including overdrive, which would probably double it. But with those physical collection numbers, we were able to isolate all the ones that had the zip codes for Maryville, all the ones that had the zip codes for Alcoa. So they were unique users. So we're not counting every single checkout, but not every single user. Does that make we're counting every single user once. It's a unique user. And that's where we got on our averages. So for Alcoa, on average, for every Alcoa card holder, they received a value of $392.37 per year for a free library card. Maryville, even higher, $483.22 for every Maryville card holder. Some of the interesting statistics that we got was that for populations in terms of, active card holders, you'll see that for library cards, Alcoa has 10,167 active card holders. Maryville, 10,700. Those numbers are, yes, it was surprising. It's like where we're checking, we're like, okay. And we worked, I was working very closely with our library's integrated system to make sure that I was gathering the right types of data and comparing them in the right way. In order to get the return on investment, what we did was we took every dollar that each of our funders gave to us during those years, and we divided it by the economic value. So we took all our Alcoa and all our Maryville users, separated them out, and then from all our Alcoa users, we're like, okay,
you checked out $3.9 million worth of items. Maryville checked out $5.1 million worth of items. And then we divided that by the investment dollars from each of those funders. And that's where we got our return on investment. And as you can tell, that is very impressive return on investment. What is it? We're happy to say that we saw all our stats moving in the right direction. We included some photos. What is it? And one of the things that I was thinking we had our Sounds of Spring concert, one of the nights where I was updating the Alcoa numbers. And the crowd was so big for Catch of the Day, Pistol Creek. Did I get that title right?
Yes.
Okay. People were all the way back to the new books section. In the new books section, people were dancing. At one stage, I'm in the back. They don't let me out in the front. I'm in the back and I could hear people singing. It was one of the most beautiful moments I've had at this library. And so this has been a very exciting PR asset to create because we could show the numbers. And so we hope to be doing that for Blount County and then breaking it down, because now that Dustin's got me started, if I've got time, I'm like, oh, here's this. So, thank you. Any questions on that?
I don't have a question. I do have a comment. I mean, this is impressive. It really is. I know it took a lot of work to get it done, but I'm looking at these numbers and this is just mind-boggling. So this is, I mean, you and your team, Dustin, you guys, staff, have done a great job. This looks good. I'm really impressed by these numbers.
Yeah, we were shocked at some of the, like, everything is up, annual visits, library card numbers, all of it, even programming from last year. It's just, we're definitely growing, so. Speaking of programs, if you guys have an opportunity, you've got to go to Children's and check out the PEEP contest. That was just cute. That's the only word that I can put. We have the Little Mermaid, we have Rapunzel, and we even have a staff one that did not get nominated for a vote, but the Beatles. So that was even a fun little staff project that they did outside of work. As per policy for the meeting rooms, I need to inform you that I have offered to the Tennessee Association of School Libraries a free room for their conference. So they approached me and they would like to have the state library conference here at this library. So Carrie Sharp and Jennifer Walker are in charge of it. They're coordinating this year.
I don't trust. I'm teasing.
Yeah, you may know some of their names because they're also Blount County librarians in the schools. One of them's in Friendsville. Yeah,
And Rockford.
and Rockford is the other one, yes. The event will be here June 12th. And I offered the room for free because I thought that this was a great chance for us to collaborate a little bit. Get to know some of the school librarians that are in our neighborhood so we can work together to kind of build ties. We did have a tour just recently also with the Maryville school librarians from Maryville High School. And they came and I gave them a tour around and we stopped at each department to say, what are some ways that each of you think that we could do some collaborations together? Some big positives that I saw from it, we're going to get the summer reading list so that we can be prepared for summer students coming in. There is a huge emphasis and curiosity for teen clubs for their honor students programming. So all different kinds of extra initiatives that, we're really excited to do. And I also reached out to Justin Jones as well and Justin Ridge for Alcoa and Blount County Schools. So hopefully we can do that again. I need to let you know that we also unstriped the parallel parking outside of the front. That is due to congestion. It was one of the mistakes that I made being new. I apologize. Whenever I asked the team to restripe the parking lot, I was unaware that had never been part of the parking lot in the past. So we're having some issues with congestion and I had to ask them to black it off. And it was a COVID.
That was a
curb line.
curbside, for the curbside. Why that was done.
Yeah,
So,
it was
yeah.
just a little too challenging to get around. It
Yep.
was causing some issues and there were some staff concerns about kids running in front of a parked car, not being seen.
I can see that.
So, we have changed to Microsoft. I have a quick, clear, correction for you all that we found. If you do write to any of our blunttn.org accounts, it will transfer over just fine. So, I'm receiving any emails that are coming from blunttn.gov or blunttn.org. I have to give a huge shout out to Brenda Eckert. She is one of our volunteers in the collections and the technical services department. Most of you don't know this, but she has been helping us with cleaning and buffing our DVDs and Blu-rays for damage. She has been doing this since March of 2022. She just finished the collection.
Oh, wow.
She just finished buffing the collection just this past month. So please congratulate her. That was kind of a huge deal. She buffed a total of 11,553 DVDs and Blu-ray discs. So, we have switched apps officially. For those of you that would like to download the new app, it's called Librista. It is actually owned by Atrium. I have to give a lot of kudos to Zoe for all the work that she did with the program group. Librista, once again, is the alternative that we took because Capira has dropped us. They no longer will work. Moving forward, they're no longer going to update their system for the ILS Atrium. So eventually it would have stopped working. There would have been some bugs that we would have seen. So as of May 1st, it should stop working. So we haven't had too many concerns or complaints other than some user error on where the buttons exist. There has been some confusion about whether the Librista is Libby, and we are not getting rid of Libby. We are not getting rid of Hoopla. It'll just be a different app. So if you get questions about that, please send them on our way. I have one last thing to ask of you all, and I'd like to get the opinion of the board on this one, because I feel like this is a decision outside of just me that I think that I need to make on this one. So the children's department is interested in showing a movie to the teens this year. Our summer programming is dinosaurs. And so there was an interest in maybe showing Jurassic Park to the teens. Jurassic Park is PG-13. And so while I've personally seen it, and I didn't see anything that was too terribly bad except for gore and graphics, we looked it up on Common Sense Media, and it looks like Common Sense Media rates it at a age 11 plus recommendation. We typically take a conservative approach to this, where if it's a PG-13 movie, it's only allowed to be an adults only movie night. That won't change for the most part, but in this one specific occasion, I wanted to ask the board their thoughts on if we did a specific teen night for that movie with parent permission slips.
Well, how are they gonna get here if their parents don't bring them? They're not driving, I'm saying.
Well, some teens might drive.
16-year-olds, but I don't think they're gonna go out here. I think they will. I just don't have an issue with it.
Mhm.
Cause I've seen that movie, I don't know, what movie, 10 times maybe?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I probably think most of the teenagers probably seen them seen it anyway.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
I think it's
there's
both.
like 5 of them out, so.
Yeah.
I don't see an issue
You're
with
clear on
this.
what you're showing and that it's rated PG-13, and anybody who's interested in
I mean,
bringing their children or allowing their child to drive over here is gonna.
You said something about permission slip, Dustin, what did you say?
Yes, sir. We wouldn't do this without a permission slip, just to kind of cover us to make sure that we have a written approval on that one. Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. I mean,
Parents okay with it. I don't see any reason why we couldn't.
It's sad. I mean,
Okay.
You don't have to come watch it, Sean.
I shall not.
We need to include all that as an exception to policy.
Progressively more.
Not necessarily, because it's actually not policy, it's more procedural. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed two of those. I didn't want to miss a third.
Okay,
I like it. I think it's good that you're showing it and it's fun.
all right.
Book too, I mean, that's a
Yeah.
good thing.
Mm-hmm.
The book, made into a movie, it's appropriate for the library.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all. With that, that's my report.
That's done. Other name, you want to do the financial report?
Sure. First off, there's a handout during the collection of all the board packet materials, something happened. So your operations, and it looks like something happened in the PR director's report too. You were all gonna get a QR code that would directly take you to the Rilla Vista app. Would really like to encourage you to move over so that, you know, you don't have an interruption to any of your information. You shouldn't, especially since it's connected directly to the ILS. But if you,
Does it look like that now?
no, sir,
That's the old one.
that's the old one.
Well, it didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't update. So.
Yes, so what you'll need to do is that one is probably gonna disappear. Afterwards, if you want, I'll enlarge the QR screen on my computer and you guys can come around and take a picture of it. But also you can just go into any of your app stores and it's Librista, Librista. And then you won't have to register, you just use your library card number and the PIN. And it should pull over everything you need and you can have multiple cards on it. So, okay, so for the financials, once again, we are tracking well. What is it? We in the next, well, especially in the next few months, but in the next month or two, you might see capital numbers change significantly. Because Brian did notify us that he was going to take the money. So, there will be a big change in that. In this, depending on when he does it, you will also see, because it's from that line item, that $23,000 in change, which is the successful quote amount that commission approved for us to buy the automated material handler. That was successfully approved, and so that has been ordered and that is now in with the vendor. Let's see. Everything's looking really good. Want to give a huge shout out to the cafe. So the funding here, the library generated, that was actually about, because of the timeline of everything, I've got to stop the dial in the first week of April. Well, when I stopped it, it was at 2,000 and now it's over 10,000. So our cafe is going gangbusters. We've had to make some adjustments to make sure that we can move funds over, but that is acceptable and fine. Let's see.
And really quickly, I also have to give special recognition to Fisher Chauncey again and Chelsea Matheny, because if you all remember, about 6-7 months ago, I came to you all and Anjanea and I had said we will probably need to move money from revenues into expenditures. We haven't had to do that because they have found a way to cost save with the products that we've been buying. So that is no longer something that we see as a need by the end of June.
Any other questions?
Okay. Do you have anything to report from the foundation?
Yes. I was looking at the numbers and I was just transfixed by them, sorry.
That's right. Man after my own heart.
If you guys want to go to a deeper dive, swing on by.
At our last meeting, we formally adopted our new mission statement, and it reads as this: the Blount County Public Library Foundation invests in capital projects that expand opportunities, enhance facilities, and sustain the library's role at the heart of the community. Would you like me to read that again?
I would.
Yes, please.
The Blount County Public Library Foundation invests in capital projects that expand opportunities, enhance facilities, and sustain the library's role at the heart of the community. So that will be very fundamental in our reaching out to our past donors, new donors, and to the public to identify clearly what the foundation is all about.
Thank you.
That's
good.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Mandy?
Thank you. Getting all my papers unstraight here. It is a very busy month for us as it is for you. We're doing budgets and officer elections and things like that. So we found out about 2 weeks ago that our longtime bookkeeper, Melissa Martin, is moving to Georgia. And some of you have worked with her. We're very sad about that. However, Julie, and I still haven't learned how to pronounce her name, Julie Labhart, is one of the volunteers that works with you all. She's a Friends volunteer, and she recently retired from Blount Memoria / Prisma as in their business department forever, and apparently is not sick of keeping books. And so she has said, I'd love to be bookkeeper. So we're gonna have a good transition. I'm telling you all that because we handle a lot of money, and so having somebody that is qualified right under our noses to come in is a great thing. We will be electing officers. This month we'll be approving our budget next month, and then our annual meeting, and I know some of you are members of the Friends of the Library. Our annual membership meeting, we're doing differently this year. It's normally been a lunch on a Wednesday, middle of the week in June. And we have a lot of old retirees like me, and we don't have a lot of other kinds of people. So we're trying something different and are doing a brunch on a Saturday morning, June 13th. So if you're a member or a member of the Board of Trustees, we'd love to have you join us. It'll be from 10:30 to 11:30. The meeting is basically a PowerPoint presentation. This is what the Friends accomplished this year, and thank you for your support kind of thing. But that's on the 13th at 10:30. We're hoping we will get more people attending. We usually have about 80. We've got 700 members, so we'd like to get a few more there.
And where will it be held at?
We're working on that. Probably the meeting itself will be in the Sharon Lawson room. So yeah, we're working on the logistics, but it will be here at the library. I wanted to let you know, we're also, and I told you last month that we had done a major revision of our bylaws. We're also making our way through that and discussing and debating and so forth, and going to finish that. And it has been a powerful experience for us to go over that. Organizations, I highly recommend they do that periodically to stay fresh on it. But the last thing that I wanted to share with you, since Robert shared your new statement, we are down now. I've told you the last couple of months we've been doing workshops with Bob Myers, who is so excellent with us, on a vision statement. And remember, I told you all we sort of did it backwards. We did our strategic plan, we did our vision statement, and now we're getting around to what our vision is. And I just wanted to tell you, we've narrowed it down to about three things. Ajane was there with us on this. So one is a thriving Blount County where library ideas never stall. And that's gotten a lot of approval. The second was a lasting legacy of learning, access, and inspiration. And the third one is an empowered, connected community with a fully resourced library. So those would be, they're not a mission statement for us. They're those tagline vision statements of where we want to be in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. So it has been a really good process for us to go through. And I think that is it.
I will say one thing that I was saddened to hear of a long time member of the Friends who has passed away in the last bit. Dick Cox.
Dick, that's right, Dick Cox. We haven't even numbered that to hour. I did not know that.
Yes.
Some people don't even know that yet.
Yes, he.
Did this happen
in the last few days? And
I didn't know that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
But yes, and I had heard about Marie. Mhm.
Well, thank you for letting us know, because we didn't know that either, right?
Andy, you're not old, you're just exceedingly wise.
There you go.
All right. And Robert, thank you. Andy, thank you. Thank you both, the friends as well as the foundation. The work you all do enables the library to do the work that they do. Thank you so very much for all your arduous efforts in your strategic planning and in your vision statements and in your undying support for the library. Thank you. Okay, and Liz is not here, nor does she have a stead, correct?
No, correct.
Okay. Anybody want to tag her with any duels? Tag her. Okay. All right, let's get that. Okay, we'll move on to the old business then. And the first of which is the sex offender policy. So any additional discussion on that policy? I did review it. They made some of the adjustments. Sean, thank you very much for taking.
You're welcome. And I actually got, and what we've got is good with it. But one of the things that we had discussed is about whether or not we need to have any signage or anything like that. And as I went back over and reviewed some of the protocol for when people are placed on the registry, one of the things that applies double for us is that not only are we a building where there's an expectation that there'll be people under the age of 18, but because we're connected to the green belt, which is part of the park system, that also that's one of the things that covers us as well on that.
I did see one, I believe it's a typo. I pointed out.
Yeah.
Underneath the policy statement, on-site use of the Blount County Public Library by persons listed on any state sex offender. Is that next word misspelled?
Yeah, it needs to have an R, registries instead of registries. I see that. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Okay, and I have a motion to approve the policy. Second?
Second.
And we won't forget the vote. Aye to approve the vote? Aye. Anybody opposed? Policy is approved. And then the next one was the public meeting room policy. Any questions, discussion on that one? Thanks so much for cleaning up the
I'll make a motion that the public meeting rooms policy be approved.
Okay.
and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? And that policy is approved as well. Alrighty, and now we'll move on to. We had an old business, so I'll do it as a reminder. It's not on our agenda here, but. And that's that, just a reminder for Dexter, Becca just left. I should have caught that sooner. And myself and Greg, we have here at 16:30 on the 19th for the nominating officer committee. So we'll meet at that time. Okay. All right, very good. And then new business. So new business. We have the petitioning, polling place, and political campaign policy. That's very fortuitous.
Yeah.
Any comments on that? This is not for vote at this point in time. We'll bring it up at next meeting for voting, but this is a good opportunity if you've read through it to bring up any recommendations. So Summer has an opportunity to make those adjustments for next week.
Vice Chair Fogg, I will say that the only adjustments that was made by the library was the formatting. And it does look like we appeared to accidentally add a third bullet point that we need to remove for the definitions.
Yeah, I was getting ready to ask if there was something that
Right.
needed to go there or
Yeah.
just an extra bullet point.
Very good. Anything else? All
I
right.
think this pretty much is kind of on point for what we've had previously, so.
And the next one, this is what's really opportune, is the public library petitioning polling place. And well, that's one we just talked about, right? Okay. Did we talk about the public meeting room?
Yes.
We did. I got behind on myself
Yeah,
there. Okay. So,
Yeah, that.
all right. So now do I have a motion for the
This was first look.
This was first reading.
first look? I knew that.
Yeah.
See, I confused myself.
Nice. You good?
All right. That's new business. That is the,
Got one more.
yes.
Got one more privileges.
I didn't see that.
There.
Ah, all right. And borrowing privileges, my bad.
And for this one, sir, we do have a pretty substantial change that we would like to ask. In addition to just the formatting, what we would like to recommend to the board is the removal of the e-library card. Currently at the moment, there's a small percentage of the public that does have that card, about 552, I believe was the number that I was given. That being said, right now, we have a permanent card where you can get for free if you're within the Blount County area and you pay taxes. Or you can get a out-of-county full service card for a fee, or you can get the e-library card for a total of $40 for a total of 4 years. So for $10 a year, essentially, you can get unlimited access to ebooks and e-audiobooks, not even at the full cost of one audiobook if you were to buy it online. The concern that we have is we've been experiencing a lot of concerns and complaints about the wait times for some of these ebooks. And we want to try and see if we can at least either remove the e-card in general to help make it more of, sorry, I lost my train of thought right in the middle of it. We want to remove the e-card for the purposes of making sure that we put the focus on Blount County residents first, or we would like to adjust the fees that are associated with the costs for the e-library card, as we think that it hasn't been adjusted in a while, and it seems that it's unfair for those that do try and opt for a full service card.
Now, your druthers would be to do away with it though, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we had this discussion. So the amount of fees to charge in order to make the bang worth the buck, so to speak, you'd have a hard time getting there, correct?
That's correct, yes.
Yeah. So the real desire is to eliminate the e-card.
And while we're not an institution that's in the business of making money, we do want to make sure that we do prioritize the county residents as much as we can to have that aspect of it. And so with that, we would like to have, if you're going to sign up for a library card with us, that you would have the full service access.
Just out of curiosity, of those 550 or so people that have the e-cards, how much usage is there, on a monthly basis or quarterly basis from those folks? Is it something where those 500 people are using it frequently? Okay.
I would have to get those numbers back.
Okay.
Right.
And that's when the only thing that, and it may be, given the numbers that we saw from the Maryville and Alcoa, from the PR things that were done, it's 500 out of 22,000 is not significant, but it is something that even 500 people, and if there's some way that we can convert them into full service, I think that's something that is a good thing.
Okay.
Especially since that every year with our digital resources, we're experiencing a 3 to 5% increase in cost. So
Okay.
anything
Yes.
that helps contribute towards that revenue helps.
Well, and that's, I $10, was it $10 a year?
Yes.
That's beyond nominal. So if we did decide to keep it, I would think that we'd want to look at something extremely extremely substantial increase.
Yeah, cause $10 a year,
You can't
That-
even go
you
to
can't
Taco
even-
Bell now.
well, you can't buy a book for $10 a year.
No.
So you can't even buy a book for $20 a year.
And I guess, just one follow-up question to that is, and if I'm hearing this incorrectly, please let me know. But it sounds like the people that have the e-cards, if they're getting if they're, using some of the digital services that we have, it sounds a little bit like they are taking advantage of the situation over the people who have the regular cards. Is that correct?
So you could look at it this way. From the state, we have that each Blount Countyan, through property taxes contributes $18 and change. That might be an older number. It could be a little bit higher.
Okay.
But let's go with
But either way, yeah,
But
right.
if that's the case, well, that taxpayer donates, gives, pays, invests $18. This person's paying
Right.
10. So it's not equitable and we need to correct
Yeah,
that. And
yeah.
I think it's a great thing that we
Absolutely.
made it.
Very good.
Other than that, it was formatting changes and a couple of adjustments to keep it with current.
So I just missed, I must have read over it, but is this stating that we are removing the e-card? Is that what we just came to?
It's a first read, so it's just what the library recommends.
Where is that in here? I'm sorry.
It's the slashed out part on page 2 of that policy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking for red.
Look at the slashed out
Yeah,
part.
my eyes. That good.
You're too young for that.
We're still learning 365.
Yes.
One other, and this is on the paragraph above the parental responsibility.
Mhm.
Parents and guardians, I understand, or the responsible party, yes, we're talking about juveniles at this point, who falls under that umbrella?
I do see that could be interpreted as a redundant statement.
If it's an adult, I understand, but if this is about parental responsibility or the responsibility of a guardian.
I read that as from a legal term, a guardian has actual legal rights.
Yeah.
Whereas
Right.
the parental, the responsible party is just a person, another parent they've come with. That's how I read
Or
it.
it could be a grandmother who says, I am willing to be
Okay, yeah.
responsible
Yeah.
for this
Yeah.
account.
Thank
That's-
you for clarifying that. That makes better sense
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
because it's in terms of like contracts, there's,
I did foster care, so they make it like distinct difference between a parent, guardian, local parentis, and then a responsible party. So I think it's not redundant.
That makes sense.
All right. Any other comments on this? So do we, for sake of administrivia, do we want to come to an agreement now to delete the e-card so that when it's presented, it has it omitted?
Well, I'm always serving at the pleasure of the board. If you guys would like to come in afterwards, meet with me one-on-one. If you have an afterthought, a week from now, and you want to email me.
Okay, so we'll leave it as a lined out item for now, and then we can, if anybody else wants to discuss it more after letting it marinate, then they can so do.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, other than important dates, some of those are doing. Okay. I missed something.
It's okay, it's not in the packet. Oh, I'm sorry. So there is a request to extend, so Dustin.
Okay, Dustin, yes, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Just a couple other things. So, what we have is, there is a request to ask permission again to do the annual silent disco. It's going to be September 26th from 6 to 8. It is going to be on a Saturday. This is a recurring program that has been very popular among everyone. I apologize, I don't know what the music is going to be this year. I know that last year it was K-pop and the year before that it was Taylor Swift. Not my cup of tea, but you know, that I'm not the audience.
So we need to vote on those extended hours.
Yes, sir. If with your permission, we would like to ask that the library is open from 6 to 8 on that one day. We will have it fully staffed.
So do I have a motion to extend the hours?
I make a motion that we approve the extended hours on September 26th from 6 until 8 o'clock.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, very good. Those hours, extended hours are approved. And then we have it for the Tremont as well.
Yes, sir. This is another reoccurring program. Tremont puts together an annual writers conference every year. And this is going to be a 3-day writers conference that ends at the library where they have 4 established authors speaking. All of them are going to be nationally known. You may know one of them specifically. We're going to have Ron Rash, Crystal Wilkinson, Linda Parsons, and Kelly Jo Ford this year. Ron Rash, you may know because his book Serena actually became a major motion picture starring Jennifer Lawrence and Bradley Cooper. So it's been a big hit. It's been very popular every year. I got to experience it firsthand, and it will be October 24th from 5 to 7.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve extending the hours for Tremont.
I move that we approve extending those hours on 24 October.
All right, and a second?
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any extended hours approved for Tremont? And then we have the Friends of the Library budget item.
Yes, we have, so History Fest is in full swing for production and preparation. I've reached out to several schools already for a timeline with history, time capsule participation. One additional thing that we're going to request is that the Friends fund a historical reenactment group. So this historical reenactment group is a team of professional actors that will come in and will offer us 3 different programs. The first will be in costume, will be a history of Blount County. Second one will be an introduction to dance. So think line dancing and other things like that for the time period. A third one is kind of a scavenger hunt type game. So in total, with your permission, we'd like to ask the Friends for the funding to fund this request. I believe the total cost for it ended up at, was it $1,880? $1,860.
All right, so do I have a motion to approve the funding request of the Friends of the Library for $1,860 for the History Fest?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion is approved for the funding request for the History Fest. And we have, I think the last item
Yes.
is the Friends of the Library budget. Go ahead.
All right, so every year we come to the library board to discuss approval for our requests, our annual request for the Friends. And I have been told by several friends over the past several months that I've been here, why don't you ask for a little more money? And so I obliged. I wanted to be a good steward of their money because I know that it doesn't grow on trees. And so I told them that I would wait until we have more of our strategic planning and strategic initiatives in place, which also, by the way, is in motion. We just met with an implementation plan. I'll have more for you for that next month. With regards to this Friends requests, a lot of it has just been increases for inflation, increased amounts of programming, just the overall cost of goods going up. We did ask for an additional amount for the Annabelle Smith program because the writer in residence and the reference manager has spoken about trying to put together a keynote speaker that would give us the opportunity for that. The successful winter carnival that we had in the children's department was so successful, we want to make it an annual project. So that was an increase of $750 there. There is a typo on here. It looks as though $817 on the actuals. In technology, that shouldn't be there. We'll discuss that at a later point, but ignore that in the middle. All of the new requests that I've added on here are in brown on the bottom where it's additional requests. And those are the big amounts specifically. So we'd like to add some new marketing material for shelf designs and finding aids. The children's manager and the adult services manager have some ideas in mind for some beautiful marketing displays to be able to find things in a category very quickly. We would like to start an iteration for the mobile shelving. This will be one of many installments most likely, because obviously this is going to be a cost that is going to be several years in the making most likely. We've asked for $40,000 for that. The foundation has expressed a possible interest in that as well, so we may ask for that coming from the foundation as well. We have an idea for a strategic marketing program, which we would also like to utilize the Friends with, as well as some branding table runners, essentially, so that whenever we go and do outreach projects, we can show off our logo. We'd like to do a professional development and recognition fund to be able to help with some of our strategic initiatives, focusing on staff growth and culture. And then also finally, the storybook walk is the last one. This one is likely going to be a placeholder, honestly. We were asking for 13.5 in budgeted funds for that amount. However, we've had such a outright expression of a desire of doing this from the community that we may actually ask for donations to help assist with the costs of that, which might offset some of that 13,500 to cover the remainder of it. So we've had a lot of interest in the children's department with doing this over the years. We've had a lot of interest from several members of the public that would like to do it. So that's why we have asked for a much larger percentage increase than we have. Last year, we were funded at 104,895 request for the Friends. This year, I'm asking for 163,800.
We need to vote to approve this, or are we going to vote on this next time?
If this is one where if you guys are okay with this, we could approve it now. If you guys would like to wait, that's fine as well. It's your decision on this.
Okay. If on the mobile shelving, if we could just put parentheticals after that, put tranche 1.
Okay.
That way we know it's recorded that there's going to be future requests for it. We can then keep track of the different tranches as they're requested.
Tranche, okay.
So everybody okay? I'm looking for a standing.
That we accept this proposal for the Friends funding.
Okay. All right. So there we go. We'll move that. So we have a motion to approve. We need a second.
Second.
Okay. And all those approved for this funding request? Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right. The motion.
Will be pleased to oblige.
Very good. Okay. And with that concludes our session. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Yes, we are adjourned.
Thank you.
Does anyone want to take a picture of the QR code before I close it?
I have it.
We're looking.